How you doing? I hope you're having a great day, but maybe it's not been a great day. Maybe you know somebody that's just maybe about to lose all hope. And maybe you're thinking, yeah, that's exactly what's going on in my life. You have no idea what I just heard or the news I just got. And the reality is that all of us are dealing with stuff all the time. And it rocks us to the core. It makes us question what's going on in our lives, and we need some real hope. In fact, hope is it's like the air we breathe. It's our air supply, not the band air supply, but our air supply, our oxygen. Like, I need it every day. I think I've said this before, but you can live without a lot of things. You can live without actual air for a bit of time. You can live without sleep for a while, food, all those things. Now, obviously, you need those things to live, but you can get by without for a little bit, and different lengths of time for all those different things. But hope, man, I think when you totally lose it, it's really like impossible to survive. We need that. Like, we need to know that despite what's going on right in front of me, that God has things covered, that I'm going to be, at least on some level, okay, and that may not be my ideal, version of what okay is, but here's what Paul says in 1 Corinthians 15:20. Like, this is real hope, right? Paul's talking about the fact that if Jesus just died, right, that he and all the others at that time, right, this is the beginning of the church, right? These were people that saw Jesus suffer and die, but they all saw him rise. They saw him alive. He had triumphed over death and the grave. And he's like, wait a second, like if that wasn't true, if he didn't really come to life, then we just gave everything for someone that died, for someone who got defeated. But we know that even his death was a victory. Right? The devil thought it was like, yes, got him. Humiliation, suffering, all of that. But Jesus is like, no, that's why I came, to do that. Because in that suffering and in that dying, he paid the price for us. He did that in our place. How awesome is that? But that's not the end of the story, right? Good Friday doesn't end. It's like Easter and Good Friday together. That's the story. He died and rose. So the death, again, pays the price for sins 100%. All my guilt, all my shame put on him. But then he rose triumphantly to defeat death. It's a both and. And so he says, here's that hope. He says, if Christ has been raised from the dead, and he has, the first fruits of those fall asleep. In fact, Christ has been. He wants you to know that it's so important. Your hope depends on that. And how awesome it is that we have the scriptures that where these, like, hundreds of people saw it, and each and every one willing to give their lives for that truth, right? Not just because it happened, and it did, but because of what it meant. It meant that death is no longer the one that gets to win. It no longer gets the victory. Jesus gets the victory. He's the firstborn among the dead. The first fruits of those who have fallen asleep, he says. So that means that if there's the first, then there's a second. And so he went first, right? He came to life first, and he's going to bring us back to life. Right? Death doesn't win for us. That's the kind of hope that we have. That even in the face of really the worst case scenario, God says, I got that. I've defeated that for you. So take heart, man. Be encouraged by that every day of your life. Have a great one. Share this with somebody. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll talk to you next time for the Follow Through.